4-2, 2 outs. Bases loaded. In there, strike three!
Swing, shot to left. Oh, drill to left. It's gone.
Swing and a miss on the screwball. That's huge. Swing and a miss. I'm Elijah Edwards here with the second semifinal series of 2024. We got the 2 seed, the 10-5 Biscuit Bashers, and the 3 seed, 9-6 East Lake Eagles. When these two teams played in the regular season, it was a very, very competitive series. The Eagles took a 2-1. Third game was a pitcher's duel, went to 7 innings, resulted in the Bashers winning in a walk-off walk. Regardless, when these two teams face off, it always seems to be very competitive. The all-time matchup, so these two teams have faced off in 12 games total all-time. The Bashers actually lead the all-time matchup 7-5. But we look at the rosters here today. Look at the Biscuit Bashers. They got Henry Hedrick, the captain, Connor Golterman, Connor McElroy, and Nick Ivey here today. And Reese Davis will be showing up as well. Then look at the East Lake Eagles. They have the captain, Carson Kiss, CJ Rivera, Dylan Nemeth, Hagen Clifton making his first appearance in Slate 2 against the Bashers, and Braden Williams. So both teams have probably their best rosters here today. Another note to add, it is a best-of-5 series, not best-of-3. The first 2 games will be in this video, and the rest of the series will be 2 weeks from this video. But first I'll bring in Carson Kish, talk to him going into the series. All right, Carson, obviously the field conditions aren't the greatest, but you're here. Another semifinal appearance for the Eagles. What makes this team different than years past where you think that you'll be able to push through and make your first World Series?
Well, obviously we have CJ and Nemo. We have a lot more pitching, a lot more hitting, and the main difference is that we're not playing the Warriors this year. And that you mentioned that the Bashers lead the all-time series 7-5, but really we lead it 5-4, because if you remember, the one series was Teddy and Jack, and yeah, that doesn't count. So when I play the Bashers, we're up 5-4. So I feel confident going into today. I've never really struggled a ton against them, especially in the past and more recent past. And I know, at least in baseball, me and CJ are hitting the ball better than we ever have. So we'll see if it translates. I feel confident.
All right, so I'll bring in Henry Hammer and I'll talk to him. All right, Henry, another semifinal appearance. This will be your 4th straight semifinal appearance. Obviously, you're coming off winning the World Series, but the postseason's a totally different game. What's it going to take down the East Lake Eagles in this matchup and make your 3rd straight World Series?
We gotta come ready to play. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's gotta be aggressive at the plate. We gotta pitch. Pitching's probably gonna be our biggest, probably the biggest factor in this. So pitch good.
Y'all actually lost the regular season series to the Eagles, and it really was just due to a lack of hitting for y'all. Y'all couldn't seem to hit Kish, even struggled against CJ. What's going to be, what's the difference that y'all, what's the change that y'all need to make here today to turn that around and get some hits?
It's all about finding the slot of the ball. I mean, we got to seeing it down, seeing it up, and then just timing. So, I mean, I know we got a team full of guys that can hit, so I think we can do that today. So we're going to try our best.
All right, that's all I have for you. Games 1 and 2 between the Biscuit Bashers and East Lake Eagles coming up next.
CJ Rivera, East Coweta High School. Carson Kish, East Coweta High School.
Dylan Nemeth, the Bikini Bottom.
Hagen Clifton, East Coweta High School. Connor McElroy, I'm here to play.
Henry Hammer, Clemson.
Reese Davis, high school dropout.
Nick Ivey, Hello Play University.
All right, almost set to begin here. East Lake Eagles, Biscuit Bashers. One of the most anticipated playoff series of all time. Set to begin. All right, full count on CJ. Pitch coming from goal. Hits him, ball 6. Eagles get a leadoff runner on a walk. Runner on first for Carson Kish, the captain. 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. 3-2 on Dylan Nemeth. Pitch coming from Gold. Clips the zone with the screwball. Good pitch from Golterman. Just nicks the low inside pipe. Strike 3, 2 away for Hagen. All right, 5-0. Low and out. That's another walk. First and second, both runners advance on walks. CJ will come up now with the go-ahead run scoring position here early. 2-2 count. Pitch from Golterman. Grounded on the left side. Nick is there. CJ's out, and Gulterman gets out of it, but no damage. Couple walks. Eagles threaten, but no runs. You go bottom 1, 0-0. Get your test boosted a little bit. Get back to your set. 5-0. Leadoff walk. Bashers get a runner on. Runner on first, no outs for Gold. 5-0. That's 12 straight balls. Back-to-back walks lead off for the Bashers. All right, big pitch for Kish. He needs this out. Full count. First and second, no outs. Swing and a miss on the screwball. That's huge for the Eagles. One away, first and second for Reese Davis. 5-0. Low. Bases juice, one away. Bashers have something cooking on walks here in the first. Nick Ivy has a chance to give them the lead in game 1. 2-2. Pitch coming from Kish. In there, strike 3 looking. That's huge. 2 away, bases loaded for C-Mac. Can Kish get out of an early jam? Threw him off. He's throwing like 40 poo. All right, 5-0. That's a lead. That's a walk. Bashers get a run early, 1-0 in game 1 on 4 walks. 3-1. Driven to right field, squeaks over the wall. Grand slam for Connor Gulterman. And the Bashers break game 1 wide open. A line drive, he just pokes it over the Eli Field sign. And the Bashers blow open game 1. It's 5-0 now. Gulterman has had an incredible regular season. Continues it here early in the postseason. Throws the hammer down. Bashers up big early. And it looks like they're making the call to Dylan Nemeth. Kish takes himself out of the game. Doesn't complete the first inning. Only gets 2 outs. They're going to put in Dylan Nemeth here, though, in the first. Swing and a miss, and Nemo gets out of it. Bashers break it open early here in game 1. Drop a 5 spot in the bottom frame. Connor Gulterman grand slam highlights the inning for the Bashers. We'll go top 2. They're up 5-0. Full count pitch on Carson Kish. Payoff from Gult. High leadoff walk for the Eagles. They get a base runner. Runner on first for Nemo. 4-2 on Dylan. Pitch from Gult. In there, strike 3 looking. Good slider from Gulterman. 1 away for Hagen Clifton. 4-2 on Clifton. Pitch from Gulterman. What a slider. Good pitch from Gulterman. Sits him down looking. 2 away. CJ Rivera comes up for the Eagles. Full count. 2 outs. Runner on first. Pitch from Gulterman to CJ. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Gulterman gets out of it with no damage again. We go to the bottom frame. Bashers remain up 5-0. 2-2 on Reese. Swing and a miss on the low screwball. Good pitch from Nemo. Sits down Reese. 1 away for Nick. 3-2 on Nick. Pitch from Nemo. Oh! I thought I clipped it. Strike 3. Good pitch from Nemo. 2 away for C-Mac. 5-0. All right, 2 out walk. C-Mac gets on. Runner on first for Gulterman. 2-2 on Gulterman. Pitch coming from Nemo. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Dylan gets out of it. We'll go top 3. Dylan gets a donut there in the bottom frame. Bashers still up 5-0. Eagles look to make a comeback here in the third. Much older than we are. At least a lot of their guys aren't. 3-2. In there, strike 3 looking. 1 away for Nemo. All right, 3-2. Pitch coming from Gulp. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. Gulterman 1 out away from clinching a Game 1 victory for the Bashers. Game's in the hands of Hagen Clifton. Woro hits him twice, and there's a 2-out walk. Eagles get a base runner. Rivera up now. 5-1. CJ's ahead here. The pitch. Outside. Couple base runners for the Eagles. 1-2 count. Pitch coming from Gulterman. Clipped it, strike 3. Good pitch from Gulterman. And the Bashers take game 1, 5-0. Some early walks from Kish and a grand slam from Connor Gulterman seals the deal in game 1. They take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-5 series. Bashers up 1-0. All right, here we go. Game 2. Biscuit Bashers, Eastlake Eagles. Bashers are up 1-0. Pretty much a must-win game for the Eagles. See what happens. 5-0 on Connor. He's way ahead here in the first. Low, leadoff walk. Bashers get a base runner. Runner on first for Goldman. 5-0. Back-to-back walks. First and second for Henry Hammer. Full count. Pitch coming from Nemo. In there, strike three looking. That's a huge out for the Eagles. One away, first and second for Reese. All right, 3-2 on Reese. Pitch coming from Nemo. Swing and a miss, 2 away. Follows up back-to-back walks with back-to-back Ks. Nick Ivy up now for the Bashers. 0-2. What a slider from Nemo. Sits down Nick on 3 pitches. We're going to the bottom frame. Dylan gets out of it with a donut. 0-0. 4-2. Driven to center field. That's up. Oh, Nick falls and left. It's going to be a leadoff single for the Eagles.
Hey, good hustle, Nick.
Runner on first for Carson Kish. Full count on Kish. Pitch from Hedrick. Yeah, that definitely clips. That's strike 3. Full count on Nemo. Pitch from Henry. Outside, first and second. Only 1 out for Hagan. 3-2. Swing and a miss on a screwball inside. Big out for the Eagle or for the Bashers. 2 away, first and second for CJ. 5-0. And that loads the bases. Big spot for the Eagles. Bases loaded. 2 away. Innings in the hands. Innings in the hands of Carson Kish. Something like that. I was adjusting for that. Inside, the Eagles strike first in game 2 and some walks and a hit from CJ. So it's 1-0 Eagles early on in game 2. Here comes Dylan Nemeth. Full count on Nemo. Swing and a miss. Henry gets out of it. That's a big strikeout for Henry. They needed that. Limits the damage to 1. So we'll go top 2. 1-0 Eagles. All right, Connor's way ahead here. 5-1. A leadoff walk. Bashers get a base runner. Runner on first and no outs for Connor Goldman. Put this out here. He had that grand slam in the last game. 1 here would give the Bashers the lead. And Harold. Oh, driven to left field. That ball's carrying up against the wall. Kish is there. Makes the play. 1 away. Runner on first for Henry. All right, Henry's way ahead. Ball 6. First and second, 1 away for Reese Davis. Big spot here for the Bashers in game 2. Full count on Reese. The rain's really picking up here. The pitch from Nemo. Behind him, loads the bases. Bases loaded, only 1 out for Nick. Tough spot for the Eagles here. Tying run 45 feet away in Connor. Go ahead run 90 feet away in Henry. 1-2 on Nick. Big pitch incoming from Nemo. Grounded up the middle. All right, well, I'm going to review that. The call in the field's a double play. He was out at home and out at first, but Nick is saying it hit his hand. If it did not hit his hand, that'd be a double play. So I'm going to have to look at that real quick. Big pitch incoming from Nemo. Grounded up the middle. All right, after review, that was all hands. That's going to be strike 3. All right, so here we go. Biggest spot of the series. Bases loaded, 2 away. Eagles up 1-0. 5-1. Biggest pitch of the day from Nemo. Hits him and the game's tied. Eagles walk in a run. It's 1-1 on the top of the second. 5-0 on Goldman. High, and with another walk, the Eagles are going to lose the lead. 2-1 Bashers. Henry Hammer up now. Bases remain loaded. 2 away. 4-2. Swing and a miss, and Dylan does get out of it. But the Bashers take the lead in a couple walks. 2-1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Eagles look to tie or take the lead here. 4-2. Swing and a miss. Sits down Clifton. 1 away, nobody on for CJ. Coming from Henry. Grounded up the middle, and that's going to be another out. 2 away, nobody on for Carson Kish. 3-0. It hits him twice, that's a walk. Runner on first, 2 away for Dylan Nemeth. Nemo's the go-ahead run here. The tying run's on first and Kish. All right, 3-2, 2 away. Big pitching coming from Henry. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Henry gets out of it with a donut. We'll go to the third. 2-1 Bashers, they maintain the lead. All right, so they're gonna put in Carson Kish here. He has 9 1/3 of eligibility. Twos on Hagen. Pitch coming from Henry. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bashers 2 outs away from a 2-0 lead. All right, here we go. Full count on CJ. Big pitch coming from Henry. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's a huge K. 2 away. Carson Kish is up now for the Eagles. Bashers are 1 out away from taking a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 semi. 5-1. Outside, that's a 2-out walk. Eagles get a base runner. Runner on first. Game is now in the hands of Dylan Nemeth. That's a huge base runner for Eastlake. Tying runs on first and Kish. The winning run is up to hit and Dylan Nemeth. All right, 5-0. Pitch from Henry. And look at that. This game's not over. Back-to-back walks. First and second for Hagen Clifton. The tying runs in scoring position in Kish. The winning run is now on base on first and Nemo. 5-0 again. Pitch from Henry. Low. After getting 2 outs, Henry loads the bases. Bases loaded, 2 away. This game is in the hands of CJ Rivera. CJ's up with nowhere to put him. And it looks like they're going to put in Golterman. Connor Golterman comes in. He has 7 innings of eligibility left. So if he were to get this out, he would go down to 6 2/3. All right, CJ Rivera steps up for the Eagles. First pitch from Gold. In there, 0-1. Strike 1 looking.
That is nasty. Dude, I'm pretty sure she's like...
0-1. Pitch from Gold. Low, 1-1.
Because once they're pushing like 5...
1-1. In there, strike 2 looking. 1-2. Bashers 1 strike away from taking a 2-0 lead. All right, here we go. 1-2. Big pitch coming from Golterman. Jeez, man. 2-2. Yeah, it's 2-2.
That makes me laugh.
Why? 2-2.
I don't know.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Bashers take game 2, 2-1. And a big day 1 for them. They're up 2-0 and 1 went away from going to their 3rd straight World Series. If there was anything I was expecting today, it wasn't that. Big showing from Golterman and the Bashers. The Eagles are down 2-0 with their season on the line on Wednesday. I'm Elijah Evers here with the post-game of games 1 and 2 of the Bashers and Eagles semifinal series. Bashers came out hot. Some control issues for the Eagles in game 1 and a grand slam from Connor Golterman sealed the deal there. And then in game 2, a similar story. Nemo walks in 2 runs, and the Bashers ended up taking it. Clutch out there at the end for Golterman again. They took that game 2-1. They're now up 2-0 and are 1 win away from going back to the World Series for the 3rd straight year. With that being said, I'm going to bring in Connor Golterman first, talk to him about the first 2 games of this 5-game series today. All right, Connor, you've been having a lot of MVP talks all year, and didn't have your greatest series against the hitters, but it looks like those talks are going to be up in the air again after today. Grand slam in game 1, clutch pitching, and y'all are set up pretty nicely here in a best-of-5 series, now up 2-0. What's it going to take 2 days from now on Wednesday to seal the deal and go back to the World Series?
Honestly, I feel like we just got to keep it going, the mentality of just letting it rip and not being afraid of this Eagles team that we lost to in the regular season. And got to be the same team, got to all be together. I felt really good today about the team as a whole. Everyone contributed, hen dog shoved until the end, and then I got
a couple lucky hits. You know, I just felt good with the team today. I felt proud as a basher today. So, yeah.
All right, that's all I have for you. Bring in Carson Kish now. Talk to him about the games today. We'll go ahead and state the obvious. Today clearly wasn't y'all's day. From the very beginning, it was just all bashers all day. And to be honest with you, y'all really don't have any momentum right now. So what needs to change between now and Wednesday to give y'all selves a chance to come back in this series?
I mean, probably just do what we say we're going to do. I mean, game 1 was my fault. Game 2, we said we're going to take a strike there in the 3rd inning. We watched Henry, after saying we're going to take a strike, throw 13 balls in a row and then swing at the first pitch that doesn't even make it to home plate. That was one of the worst things I've ever had to watch in my life. That was so... I don't know what goes through your mind. I mean, I don't really know. What was the question?
What's it going to take between now and Wednesday? It's a very short break in between games. What's it going to take to give y'all selves a chance to win this series?
Probably a miracle. I don't know. Nothing that any 6 of us on the team can do, but just some luck, I guess.
Y'all did beat them in the regular season.
Yeah, we almost swept them in the regular season, so we just have to sweep them on Wednesday. But I don't know. I don't have any answers. I don't know.
All right, well, that's all I have for you. That's it for this video. The next video you see on this channel will be the rest of the semifinal series between the Heavy Hitters and the Winchester Warriors. That series is tied at 1, so it should be very interesting. Make sure to check out our most recent video in this corner, subscribe to us in this corner, and we'll see y'all next week.